Hi folks, welcome to another Fitness Friday Positives with Rachelle. Last time you saw me, I was back home in Louisiana to take a 2-week break from the cold and the snow. It was wonderful, folks. This time, I want to highlight the importance of happiness on your fitness journey. You know, happiness is something I'm so passionate about. And this is something that you too, particularly if you want to succeed on your fitness journey, you've got to recognize that where you are, what you're doing, perhaps even who you're doing it with, will make or break your fitness success. And folks, when I think about my own journey, coming up here almost 24 years on May 17th, in a number of different gyms, different states, different locations, different countries, it's been a wonderful journey. Certainly some ups, some downs, some highs, some lows, just wonderful experiences. And when I think about it, I actually received this in the mail a few days ago. I still get the Powerhouse Gym Novi mailers, and it smiled. And I treasure, the 5 years that I spent at Powerhouse Gym and Novi was some good experiences there. I certainly learned a lot, certainly grew. And I will always honor and respect the owner, Mr. William Davish, who was also the founder of the franchise, Powerhouse Gym franchise here. And so he was one of my Facebook fans, and certainly tuned in to Fitness Fridays and actually other days of the week as well. Counted on my inspiration and insight, and so I will always respect him for that. And I know it's never easy to lose a member, particularly one that's been a long-time member and one that's a fitness influencer. But I will certainly, always respect him for that, for his willingness to listen to my opinion. And I certainly believe, and I'm sure he would certainly agree, that the gym itself is better, as well as his franchise group of the ones that he owns, but also the franchise overall. And that's why I do what I do. I'm just very passionate about fitness, and I open it up and I share different insights. But certainly when I see this, I continue to smile when I think about those years that I spent at Powerhouse Gym at Novi. And so, but as you all know now, I've moved on to greener pastures last June 28th. And joined Planet Fitness, and I'm having a ball, folks. I'm having a ball at Planet Fitness. And so when you think about your own happiness, when you ask yourself, is something working, is something not working, but you've got to recognize in any aspect of life, nothing is perfect. There's going to be strengths, there's going to be weaknesses to every person, to every situation, to every job, to every man, woman, relationship, whatever. All right, community affiliation, volunteering opportunities, there's always going to be strengths and weaknesses. So you've got to understand that, because if you're facility hopping, you're here, chasing happiness, you've got to ask yourself, what is it that I'm seeking? What is it that I'm just seeking that I'm unable to find? And more often than not, it starts with you, and just reorganizing and shaking up those expectations of perfection that you possibly have, because perfection doesn't exist. I'm having a wonderful time at Planet Fitness. I'm learning a lot, especially professionally, from a leadership perspective, from just a leadership development perspective, just the opportunity to go to different clubs and all of that. But certainly, to be honest with you, are there things that I miss? Absolutely. Do I miss the basketball court? Because folks, if you don't know my background, I know I've shared it a number of times before, but I played multiple sports. I was a cheerleader, baton twirler, dancer, and then also when I went to high school at Seoul American High School in Korea, I did Taekwondo. So I have a very unique experience, and so I would twirl baton, on the basketball court, and do different things like that. Do I miss the pre-core ellipticals, which is my all-time favorite machine, and all of these years? So my journey started in May of 1994, but so from 1999 to 2017, pre-core elliptical, that EFX, different, of course, styles of that, a different series of that was my favorite machine. And so while I left the pre-core, no pre-core machines, and the pre-core AMTs, the adjustable motion trainers, certainly another favorite of mine, the Octane 8000, the lateral trainers, certainly miss those machines, miss a big wide open stretching area. But folks, when you think about your life, when you think about anything, you're always going to have to get something else, you're going to have to give up something. That's why I say there's no perfect situation. Have I given up things? Absolutely. But I've also gained a lot. So I can't look back and think about, man, I sure do miss my pre-cores. I should have missed my Octane 8000 lateral machine, because my workouts are always very cardio intensive. So I definitely miss those machines. But as you all, particularly those folks who know me at Powerhouse, I do a lot of functional things on my own. So I'm doing footwork, I'm doing agility, I'm doing intervals and things, and those things continue and remain, and happily, while I'm at Planet Fitness, continue to move forward in that regard. But also, when you think about your happiness, or things that you're giving up, but there's also things you're gaining. Planet Fitness does a fantastic job of taking care of their bathrooms. So a couple of different things. I now shower at the bathroom, so think about that, folks. So for 23 years of my almost 24-year journey, I didn't take showers at the gym. So it's been wonderful to be able to shower and go right to my destination instead of coming back home, rushing, showering, changing clothes, then going. So that saved me a lot of time, so convenient. But also that cleanliness of the restroom aspect is when I'm driving, I can go to Google Maps if I need to use a restroom, stop and go to a Planet Fitness location, as I did at the 7 Mile Livonia location last summer, as well as that Ford Road location, the Dearborn Miles Stomping Ground last summer as well. So that's an area where I don't have to stop off at some random McDonald's that may or may not be clean, or some other gas station that typically their bathrooms aren't the best at all. So I could just find a good, nice Planet Fitness, go right in, have great experiences in and out. And so that's been something, I mean, that's certainly, an area I've been just so appreciative of. And Planet Fitness, I think, does a fantastic job. So again, with the temperature, this is a compliance issue, and they do a great job with it. The temperature of their clubs is fantastic. You'll notice me, even though my workout's the same, because I cross-train, I do different things, intervals. I'm not drenched in sweat like I was at Powerhouse. Now, Powerhouse it was 2 levels, and it was, from floor to ceiling. There was one side of the gym that was just straight windows. I mean, they were tinted, but the sun would just beam right in, and so it would get hot, and it would come right there to the cardio area. So it was just very hot. So I was so happy that first time I worked out at Planet Fitness, and it was so nice and cool, and it was just wonderful. So there's a lot of other different things. Again, the ability to go to different clubs. So I'm learning a lot professionally, in terms of what I'm experiencing. And so just wonderful, wonderful experiences. Actually, I was at the Sprint store right down the street from Planet Fitness, what I call the PF Commerce Country Club, right down the street from it, and talking to Jacob. So I get a lot, when I'm out a lot, people will stop me and be like, so what gym do you belong to? Or if I'm in line at the store, what gym do you belong to? Did you just leave the gym? Whatever this and that. So yeah, I'm actually a member of the Planet Fitness down the street. I live in Novi, but I come up this way. So Jacob says, well, I live in Novi as well, and I was going to the Northville Club, and then they opened this club, and he said, I walked in there the first time, and I was so excited, and I changed my gym, then I go to that gym, and I'm very happy. So you heard me say in previous episodes, it's a very competitive gym, and they get they get members not only from other gyms in the area, but also from other nearby Planet Fitness locations. And then Jacob was a good example of that. That just happened in the Sprint store a few days ago. So that's an example. So another thing I want to point out is you've got to be open. My mindset was, okay, left Powerhouse, I'm going to do a trial period. I'm going to go to Novi, Planet Fitness Novi, do a trial period. I knew going in that was going to be a transition gym. It's small. Nate and his team do a wonderful job at that location, but it's small, and there's just different things that I like that it just didn't have. And so I was going to go there, see if is this Planet Fitness thing cool, or am I going to go to Lifetime? What am I going to do? So, decided, yes, Planet Fitness is great. Okay, it's going to be great. And then my goal was to transfer to the Farmington Hills location. All right, but I happened to be in a Commerce and stopped to use the restroom. One day last summer, Moody was at the front desk, did a fantastic job. I mean, he's just very consistent. You need people like that at the front desk, just very consistent. Good attitude, positive, very engaging. So he was like that even then. I said, I don't have to come back and, try this club out sometime. All right, and so, had a doctor's appointment last December and said, I'm going to work out at the Commerce Club. Worked out one time, it's a wrap, I knew it. All right, so then changed my membership, transferred my membership over to that club. Same thing in Shreveport. I knew, as great as that Burt Coons location is, I knew it's a 2-level, it's bi-level gyms. Those gyms are hot, folks. I mean, I've been in enough gyms. They're just challenging, very unique challenges. And so that was gonna be my trial gym. I've been waiting for that Bossier City location, the next city over, to open up, but there's been almost a year delay on that opening, and I was like, what am I gonna do? Whatever. Okay, I'll go to this gym, whatever, until that one opens. So it's been delayed, as you know, but I was just there for 2 weeks, and I'm just going to tell you this story real fast. But Tuesday morning, I believe it was March 6th, I'm in there running on the treadmill, first machine. Now, my workout changes daily. Again, I like to keep my body guessing, won't get into all of that. But so I'm running on the treadmill about 2.5 minutes into my workout. Okay, now that particular location has these big windows. And so again, it's letting in the sunlight, and it's hot, and I just had a Powerhouse Gym Novi flashback. Like, you know what, I vowed I would never deal with this again. And so I knew, like, oh my God, it's hot. This is not going to work. What am I going to do? And so anyway, later that day, went home, looked at the other location, 2729 West 70th Street in Shreveport, and said, I know what I'm going to do. Read those reviews, and people were actually saying this gym is better than that location, and it's less crowded, and there's more space. Space. I told you that's always a big thing for me, space in a gym. I like spacious layouts. And so I said, I know what I'm going to do. The next day, I'm going to go work out. Folks, long story short, went there the next day, had a fantastic workout. It was cool in there. Again, it's one level. you know, with temperatures going to be much more consistent on just one level gym versus a bi-level gym because heat rises. All right, so had a fantastic experience, and it came back a couple days after I got home, did a survey. They did an excellent job. I mean, the young man at the front desk, about 20 years old, just holding it down in there. And wrote, he was very professional, very courteous. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, this and that. And also, too, there was a young lady that would come in. I guess she started around 8:30 or so, but 8:45. I'd usually be on my way at 8:45, 9, and that young lady was cleaning. And I stopped her one morning and said, young lady, I just want to let you know you're doing a fantastic job. I mean, you were just on it with this cleaning. And she said, oh, I get that all the time, ma'am. And I said, you know, a couple of ladies were coming in. The ladies' restroom stopped her and said, what are you using to mop? And she said, oh, I use Gain and Pine Sol and something else because I had walked off. And so I commented on her, just this intensity and seriousness of cleaning. There was actually some parallels. I thought about Katie, who works Saturday mornings when I see her Saturday mornings when I'm at the Commerce location. The same kind of intensity and just that kind of just enthusiasm with their cleaning. It's just great to see. So I commented on that. And certainly lastly, Sunday morning, a couple days before I left, young lady was working and she was helping somebody else when I came in. And I was on my way out then, and ultimately she said, you know, ma'am, I just wanted to apologize because I wasn't able to greet you when I came in. I was like, oh, no problem. You know, you were helping somebody. It's no biggie, whatever. And she said, oh, no, ma'am, it's not. You know, I like to get to know my members, and I wanted to welcome you and meet you. I haven't seen you here before. And I'm just sitting there listening to this like, wow. But I definitely commented on her attentiveness. Again, that's attentiveness. That's a strength. But that gym, folks, had the same, in an inner city gym, just fantastic gym. I came back and wrote a case study about it called Diamond in the Rough. But fantastic location, same competitive strengths. When I walked in, I said, you know what, this is the same franchisee, same owner as the other location. I saw those you know, those daily lockers with the chargers, USB chargers and stuff like that inside. I said, oh, yep, same. I'm looking around, same competitive strengths. TVs turned sideways. This time the general manager was Demetrius. Assistant managers was Xavier and Mary. So a wonderful experience. And folks, I'm going to close with this. This is my happiest. This has been so far my happiest Planet Fitness moment. So 3 days before I left, I'm walking by the TRX machine. And I look in the corner because compared to my workout, compared to, you know, Powerhouse and places like that, my stretching has suffered. So now I just do very quick standing stretches. All right. So I looked in that corner because Planet Fitness has these very small mats. I've never seen a gym with such small stretching mats. But anyway, I look over in the corner, folks, and I see 3 standard size stretching mats. They were Planet Fitness branded. There's no Trying Without You. I was so happy. That was my happiest. I was so happy, folks. And I did a normal stretch like I would do before in years past, and just a wonderful experience. But I'm learning a lot. I'm growing a lot. I'm experiencing a lot. Folks, I challenge you to do the same. Be open to different experiences, different gyms, different locations, whatever the case may be. But you deserve to be happy, so I challenge you to find it. Thanks so much for your time. Make it a wonderfully fit day.